Ronnie Coleman and Paul Dillett, two of the great ones from the 1990s, and as we all know, King Coleman went on to be, well, the king, the greatest of all time. But this was way back when, at the 1994 Mr.Olympia event, Paul Dillett was in his prime here, his best version and his best placing. Placed fourth. Ronnie Coleman way down in 15th. He may have deserved a better placing than 15th, but did he have enough groceries, for the lack of a better term, to defeat Paul Dillett? I don't think so, not judged by this front relaxed position. But as you may or may not know, Paul Dillett was known to be the Mr. Olympia champion with the front relaxed position. So he was defeating everybody in this anyway. Coleman is in good condition, but he is very minute in size compared to what did happen to him. Front double bicep pose. Wow, it's just remarkable how big and massive Paul Dillett is and was. Rather, and the midsection maintained a very tight midsection. Just incredible. And the V-taper, just perfect. Ronnie Coleman, he's so small here. And I know what you guys are all thinking right now. Come on, Marks Max, put up a picture of the '03 Ronnie Coleman. Well, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I should. Holy cow, did you see how big he got? It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Anyway, side chest development. That was just unbelievable. I'm inclined to believing that he was natural here in 94. Just how big he did get. But anyway, probably wasn't totally natural. Side chest. Ronnie Coleman shows a pretty good tricep here. And that's probably not his best muscle. Look at the delts. This is not even the same human being in the delt region. Of course, did Paul Dillett, did he have sight enhancement oil in those delts way back in 94? I don't know. Hard to say. But now that we're looking at the tricep, the tricep of Ronnie Coleman, that is, it is sad to say that I don't have all the mandatory shots. No tricep for Ronnie Coleman. So into the back developments, and these are important shots in this. Ronnie Coleman, known for perhaps the best back of all time, and on the contrary, Paul Dillett, known for one of the worst backs for one of the best bodybuilders, that is. And it appears that Paul is probably doing, I don't know, is he beating Coleman here? I still like Coleman's conditioning of his back. But Paul is so huge. Look how soft Paul's delts look. We have a black and white one here for both gentlemen. This one really shows the detail of Coleman and the conditioning. But again, the size of those delts of Paul. But they look fake. Even if they're not fake, they still look fake. Paul Dillett displays some of the best glutes, hamstrings, lag department, bodybuilding history, but so does Coleman. It actually is a good matchup in the back development, probably the rear lat as well. Ab and thigh. Now, I thought Coleman would have been destroyed in this. And I'm not saying he's winning. Paul's probably still winning. He's so huge. And it's a pretty aesthetic ab and thigh. But Ronnie Coleman, for his time, he displayed a very good ab and thigh. Or for Ronnie Coleman, I should say. Because, as we know, his ab and thigh developed into probably his worst pose. Let's face it. Hate to sound mean, but nobody has all 8 knockout shots. Everybody's missing a couple. Anyway, most muscular. And to be honest with you, Ronnie Coleman's conditioning looks twice as good. And the way he is striking the shot here, actually more symmetrical. Looks like he knows what he is doing a whole lot more than what Paul Dillett does, and that obviously in the posing routines, things of that nature. Ronnie Coleman, he would definitely get an edge. Paul Dillett, here's another one here. Paul Dillett, known for staggering, stumbling, and shaking. He vibrated. And look at the hard crispness of Ronnie Coleman here. Hard as a bullet. And on the contrary, Paul Dillett looks a little softer. Not saying he's soft or unconditioned by any means. Just in comparison, it looks like Coleman is a hard shell. Just incredible. It's awesome, really, when you think about it. So at the end of the day, guys, I honestly have no problem with the judges voting Paul Dillett over Ronnie Coleman. They were not looking at Coleman. And to be honest with you, his size, and this was the 90s when the size was just coming into play, less about the conditioning, but I mean Dorian Yates, the champion, he had both. So really, there was nowhere to run in the 1990s. You had to have it all, plus a tiny waistline, which both of these guys had. Just Ronnie needed that size at the end of the day to compete with this big horse, this Hostetler, this big Canadian beast, Paul Dillett. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this 1990s comparison. I know you guys always appreciate those, and I have fun doing them as well. Hit thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you don't mind, it really helps out. And go ahead and find me on Instagram as well if you have an account. Follow me there. Have a great day, guys.